Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome to my Queen Black Dragon guide. This guide will be catered to lower levels trying to get their first couple kills. With that being said, let's hop right into the video. Now, these are not a necessity but my personal recommendations. Level 80 is in the style you will be using. 85 Herblore is almost absolutely needed for the super anti-fires, however you can boost quite easily from level 83 using the God Banners. If you are nowhere near these, don't worry. I use regular anti-fires in both my kills just to show you that you can start getting kills as a lower level. I also recommend at least 40 prayer so you have access to protect from range and magic. She hits considerably high with range, and also if you find too many grotworms have spawned, the magic damage can add up. Lastly, I really suggest you complete the quest Song from the Depths if you haven't done so for whatever reason already. This quest not only rewards you with the coral crossbow, but it also reduces damage incoming from the Queen's attacks. Getting into the gear and inventory portion of this video, I do a kill in both melee and range. Looking at the range gear, I go with Armadillo and the chaotic crossbows. What makes the crossbows good here is in my quiver I have Dragonbane bolts, which can be made after the quest Ritual of the Mahajrat. It's no big deal if you don't have access to these, it's just going to be a slower kill. I've got Barrow's gloves on, Glaven boots, Artie cloak because I didn't have Ava's accumulator in my bank, Dragon Rider necklace, as well as the Asylum Surgeon's ring from the Broken Home quest. I really suggest getting this ring because it's all around great for PVM. I also have an illuminated god book and the Vampirism aura. Feel free to change the aura according to what works best for you, for example any variant of the Sharpshooter aura. Looking at melee, we have Bandos, a chaotic spear, Fire Cape, and the Steadfast boots. Other than that, it's pretty close to what we have for the range setup. Again, trade out anything you have that's better or substitute for what you don't have. For the inventory, I take a superset, anti-fire, and the rest filled with sharks, as well as a war tortoise filled with sharks as well. Obviously, in the picture, this is a superset for melee, so for range, just stick a super range potion and super defense, and grab one more shark to eat. Starting off with the melee kill, as this clip plays in the background, I'm going to talk about the different special attacks the Queen will use in each of the 4 phases. Be wary of chat for messages of what special attack she is about to use. Phase 1 is pretty simple, all you have to worry about is a single wall of fire. Throughout the kill, these walls of fire can be taken care of in a couple of different ways. The first being running around and going through the gap to take no damage at all. The spot I'm standing in to do my melee kill is best because most of the time the gap in the wall will be in this spot. You can spend more time DPSing her down. Another way is to tank the damage. This is not advised if you have regular anti-fires because you will be hit with 2 ticks of fire damage per wall. Doing this, you will eat through your food way too quickly. Additionally, you can back up and simply walk back through the wall. What this will do is only 1 tick of fire damage, or if timed perfectly, you will not take any damage at all. It does take some practice, but get in the habit of doing this because it's a great food saver. Finally, with multiple walls, you can back up and use Barge or Surge to quickly get by multiple walls and not take any damage. At the end of each phase, before you tag the artifacts, you will spit out grotworms. You want to tag the artifacts as quick as possible so you don't have many grotworms out at a time. Just ignore them and protect from magic if you have too many up. It's worth noting in later phases if you spend too much time on the magical platforms going to or coming from the artifacts, you will be hit for hefty damage. With phase 2 there are now 2 walls of fire, and in addition to that 1 tortured soul will be spawned. These tortured souls can hit quite high, but you can almost always get them down in 1 AoE threshold such as Hurricane or Quake. If that doesn't get the job done, throw in a cleave. Upon spawning, they will send out a black cloud that hits a nice chunk of damage. This soul will spawn in melee distance, so if you're fast on using the AoEs, you won't have to worry about this damage at all. Now in phase 3 and on, the walls of fire will come in groups of 3. We also have 2 tortured souls which she can siphon from now to heal herself. But lucky for us, both will still be in melee distance, so pick them off pretty quickly. Additionally, she has the chance to change into 2 forms. If she turns a bluish color, your melee and range attacks will do 25% more damage, and magic deals 25% less damage, which is what you want to hope for to get through the fight faster. If she turns a greenish color, it's the opposite effect. Melee and range will do 25% less damage, and magic will yield 25% damage more. Now we are in Phase 4. In addition to all of the previous things, she can now use Time Stop, Extreme Dragon Breath, and Tortured Souls now come in groups of 4. These Tortured Souls are important to get down, but not all of them are going to be in melee distance this time. One of the souls will start to say either time is short, she is pouring her energy into me, hurry, and the spell is nearly complete. If you don't kill the soul, you will be trapped in time, and as a low level your kill could be over. With her extreme flame attack, you can't negate the damage, but you can reduce it by standing to the sides of the encounter. If you are trying to brandish your royal crossbow, you need to stand in front of it. Even if you die, as long as you click brandish, you should have your new bow. After dealing with all of that, DPSing her down, tagging the artifacts, you have your kill. One important thing to note is you won't always get the kill as a lower level. Keep a clear head and practice. Not everyone became a PVM god, they just put a lot of time into learning and practicing. I'm not very good at PVM myself, but I have my comp cape, so I must be doing something right. You just have to keep practicing and persevere to get the kill. Now, let's look at what loot we got. This is pretty standard loot and can be good GP per hour at higher levels. Unfortunately, the Rings of Wealth do not work for the increased drop chance, but again, not bad loot. Once you grab up your items, you can right-click the portal and either quick start for another kill, or if you choose to pass through, you can go near the start of the encounter, or go to the surface. Additionally, you can teleport out to resupply. If you have access to the bank and player-owned ports, this offers a quick resupply as you can teleport there with the captain's log, resupply, and run back. Now, getting into the range and kill, I'm going to note a couple of things and then let the kill play out with some music. Stand next to the artifact in the middle, so when you complete phase 1 you can quickly tag it and go into the next phase. With range you can be a lot more mobile and position yourself so you don't have to run so far to tag the artifacts. In doing so, the amount of grotworms being spawned in is heavily reduced. The Tortured Souls, however, can be more annoying because you don't have the big boy AoEs like you do with melee. You can use Ricochet, Bombardment, and Corruption Shot if you have it. As long as you keep a steady head and know how to deal with the different special attacks, you should persevere. I'm going to leave it here for the talking aspect of this video. This is my first guide, so I'm still figuring out the audio and such, but any feedback, comments, and concerns are welcome so I can improve the quality for you guys. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I do hope this helps you start getting kills and maybe more consistent kills. I hope RNGesus is on your side. Take care, everybody.